Hey y'all, it's me, Bradley. I'm the weird guy. I just want to remind y'all that I am on the spectrum. I have ADHD and I am not a good speaker and I don't like cameras. Last video I filmed, I did it behind the wheel and I felt a little more comfortable actually. But yeah, I want to talk about a few things that y'all might be interested in. So I am a complete loner. I do have a best friend, one best friend. He's black and he's a cat. His name is BigBoi and I love him very much. And he's psychic AF. For example, there was a fire out where I lived in the country and a propane tank exploded. BigBoi's scared of thunder. He hates thunder. He hates fireworks. But I was laying in bed and I heard this bang, right? And BigBoi did something he's never done before. His hair stood up and he started growling, and which made me very concerned. Got up and saw there was a blazing fire in the log cabin on our property, and anyway, you know, that should have freaked him out. He should have been hiding under the bed. Fireworks do all that, but he knew there was danger. He knew there was something up, and he was trying to warn me. So yeah, BigBoi is psychic AF. I'll put a picture of him up if I remember. So yeah, before all this happened to me this spring of 2025, I was just a normal guy, obsessed with guitars. That was my life, guitars. I like to trip. I've always liked to trip, and I've been a psychonaut, interested in science, not interested in religion, theology, spirituality, none of that. Just interested in guitars. And then I had that experience in the park. Well, it all started with that DMT trip. And then I found my past life as a Mayan priestess, tripping on mushrooms out there, at the river. Well, the crazy thing about that day is when I came home, BigBoi was sleeping on my bed, and when he woke up and saw me, he freaked the fuck out. His eyes got as big as saucers and his hair stood up and he was like looking above my head. And I was like, what's going on, BigBoi? He's never done that to me ever in my entire life. And he got up and was just freaked the fuck out, and he kept looking above my head. And I was like, it's all right, BigBoi, it's me. You okay? And he was really weary, and it was like he was seeing something that was invisible, I guess. Well, saying all that, after all this happened to me, I had a sudden interest in, spirituality and all that stuff. And I think what BigBoi saw that day was my kundalini. It makes sense, it was above my head. I don't know. It was wild. He hasn't done that since. And the other thing that was interesting after that day in the park where I discovered my past life as a Mayan priestess, I noticed like my legs were kind of cramping, like the back of my calves were kind of cramping. I couldn't figure out what it was until I noticed I was walking different. Ever since that day, I walk different. And that's why my legs were cramping. I guess they were adjusting to my new gait. Crazy shit. Some interesting facts that I figured I'd share with you guys. I cannot emphasize, I was just a normal dude before this happened. Yes, I was starting to have faith. I was praying, but I was just a normal guy, man, just into guitars. And then I smoked that DMT and was blown away. And those mushroom trips afterwards, blown away. I'll never be the same again. Unbelievable. So I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. Who knows? Who knows? Love y'all. Humans of the earth, we are all one. Love one another.